Everyone in the mansion believed the billionaire, Zayn Malik, was sleeping peacefully in his grand leather chair. But only he knew the truth. His eyes were shut, his breathing soft, and he was listening to the footsteps of the maid's daughter who had just entered the room. He had staged this moment. Pretended to fall asleep, to test her honesty, her character, maybe even her heart. But within the next few minutes, she would do something that would shake him, shame him, and change his life. Forever. Something he never expected from a girl who had grown up with nothing, yet carried more richness in her soul than he ever had in all his billions. And that is where the real story begins. Chapter 1. The rain hammered against the huge glass windows of the Malik mansion, blurring the world outside. Inside, however, everything glowed with warmth. Golden lights, polished wood floors, paintings worth millions. But Zayn Malik, a man who could buy anything, felt an emptiness no luxury could fill. His company had betrayed him. His so-called friends had disappeared the moment he faced trouble, and even his own relatives cared more about his money than his loneliness. But there was one person in this entire mansion who never changed: Maria, the maid who had served his family for a decade. And today, her daughter Hania had joined her, helping part-time to pay her college fees. Hania. Simple clothes, shy smile, quiet presence. She moved like she didn't belong in such an extravagant world. But every time Zayn saw her, she reminded him of something he lost long ago. Kindness. That's what led him to test her. People had stolen from him, lied to him, acted with fake loyalty. And though he hated himself for doing this, he needed to know if genuine goodness still existed, so he pretended to fall asleep with his expensive watch purposely left on the table, his wallet half open, and his phone unlocked beside him. He thought she would maybe touch something. Maybe even take something. Not because she was bad, but because poverty pushes people into desperation. But she didn't touch anything. Instead, as she quietly dusted around the room, she noticed the luxurious wallet open. She carefully picked it up, closed it, placed it neatly on the desk. Then she saw his watch, a rare piece worth more than her entire life's expenses, and instead of being tempted, she turned away, almost afraid to even look at it. Then something happened that made Zayn's chest tighten. Hania paused near him, looking at his sleeping face. She didn't know he was awake. She thought he was just another stressed, lonely man drowning in silent battles, and she whispered, so softly he almost missed it. "You look tired, sir. I hope life becomes kinder to you." Then she gently pulled the blanket from the sofa and placed it over him with trembling hands, as if she wasn't worthy of even caring for someone so wealthy. She stepped back, looked around, and instead of taking anything, she left a folded paper next to him. Zayn waited until she walked away, her footsteps disappearing down the hall. Then he opened his eyes and slowly unfolded the little paper. Inside was a small torn piece of her notebook. On it she had written, "Sir, I don't know if you'll ever read this, but thank you for giving my mother work. I will repay this kindness someday, not with money, but by becoming someone she can be proud of." No lies, no greed, no hidden motives, just pure sincerity. And for the first time in years, Zayn felt something break inside him, his doubt, his bitterness, his loneliness. She didn't fail the test, he did. Chapter 2. From that day, he began observing Hania more closely, not as a billionaire judging a maid's daughter, but as a man realizing how small he had become despite his wealth. He noticed how she worked double shifts to support her studies, how she ate less so her mother could eat more, how she smiled as if life hadn't thrown obstacles at her since childhood, how she apologized even when she did nothing wrong. But the turning point came one evening when he overheard Maria crying in the kitchen. Her husband was sick again. Hospital bills were piling up. They had no savings left. Hania wasn't crying. She was trying to comfort her mother, her voice trembling but firm. "Amy, don't worry. I'll take more classes, more work. I won't let anything happen to Abba." Zayn's eyes burned with shame. This girl should be enjoying her college life, not juggling debts and fears. He could end their suffering with a single signature, a single call. But he didn't want to insult their dignity with sudden charity. He needed a way that felt respectful, so the next morning, he asked Maria and Hania to come to his study. Both entered nervously, Hania with her hands wrapped together, avoiding his eyes. Zion took a deep breath. Hania, he said gently, I want to offer you a scholarship. Full fees, books, travel, everything. You deserve it. Her eyes widened as if he had handed her the moon. Sir, I can't accept that, she stammered. I don't want favors. It's not a favor, he replied. It's an investment. In someone who has honesty richer than all my wealth. Maria began crying. Hania's voice broke. But why me? Zion hesitated. Should he tell her he tested her? Should he admit his shame? In the end, truth won. Because the day I pretended to sleep, you showed me something money can't buy. Compassion. Her face flushed in shock. You were awake? Yes, he whispered. And I saw the note you left for me. People with hearts like yours. They deserve the world. Hania covered her mouth, tears spilling despite her efforts to hide them. I thought no one noticed me, she whispered. I noticed, he said softly. And from now on, your dreams are mine to protect. Years passed. Hania completed her studies with top honors. She became the youngest financial consultant in his company. Maria lived a peaceful life with proper medical care for her husband, and Zion, once hollow with loneliness, found a family he never expected. Not bound by blood, but by kindness, and every time he looked at Hania, he remembered the day she did the one thing no one else ever did for him,